Hey guys, it's Liz and I'm here to share with you a fall layout I created for Sacrafters on Zibbit. And I use lots of goodies from Sacrafters shop as well as some goodies for my stash. And as you can tell, it is a fall layout, just perfect for the season. And the picture is of little Miss Kayla taken about 2 years ago on Thanksgiving Day. Before we started cooking, we decided to go for a little walk over here on the trail by our house. And she found this beautiful maple leaf and was so excited and proud to show it to me. And I just had to take a picture, and the picture is so cute, and I just knew it would be perfect for the fall theme I had in mind. So anyways, to start off, you guys, as you can tell, I didn't use paper for my background. It's actually a burlap panel, and you can just buy regular piece of burlap and cut it down to size from Joann's or Michael's. But in this case, I bought this one at Michael's. It's already cut to 12 by 12. You can find it in the I guess the single paper section at Michael's. So I picked it up. And I knew I wanted to use burlap for this layout. Burlap to me just gives it such a warm feel, and it totally screams fall to me. And what I did to it, I did adhere it to a thin piece of chipboard so it wouldn't be so flimsy. And then what I did is I used paint on all of the edges. Hopefully you guys are able to see how the edges are a little bit darker than the rest of the panel. And basically I just took, like a brush and some chocolate brown paint and just painted all on the sides. For the middle part, if you could see that white square, that's actually gesso. I gave it 2 thick coats of gesso, and basically I just used like an old credit card, a dollop of gesso, and just kind of spread it around with the credit card. It doesn't have to be even or anything, but I just kind of like the look of the gesso behind it. Then once the gesso dried, I gave it a coat of acrylic paint with the warm white. I didn't want the starkness of the white from the gesso to take away from the rest of the layout. So let me see. I'm going to put this down real quick, and I'm going to bring it closer so you guys can take a look at all the details. Sorry if I make you dizzy. All right, there we go. Okay, so moving on. So here's just a little close-up of the layout. I just love that picture of Miss Kayla. Look at that. Isn't she adorable? And I still have that leaf, you guys, from 2 years ago. Of course, it's all dried up and shriveled up, but I still have it. She was so cute when she picked it up, and she was so happy on how big it was and just how beautiful. So I just thought it was such a sweet picture. But anyways, once I have, like the gesso and the paint dried, I used lots of paint just to do some splattering in the background. I hope you guys can see that. I used chocolate brown paint and some dusty orange, or rusty orange I should say, to splatter just paint all over. And of course it gets covered up, and here's some more paint splattering down there. And then I wanted lots of dimension, and I was going for a really rustic feel. And basically all the colors that you see are going to come from the flowers. I wanted the background to be quite neutral. So all I did is I took a piece of corrugated board, from an old box. I adhered that on there. I peeled some of the first layer of paper off, and then I used a dry brush and some paint to just kind of paint along the, the little ridges of that. I hope you guys can see it, but it gets covered up, of course. And then I just took some paper, and again, these are, I don't know the collection, forgive me, but these are just those single sheets that you can pick up at Michael's. And like I said, I picked them up for the neutral colors. I really wanted the flowers and the embellishments to add the color to the layout. So as you can see, these are just very neutral. On this particular one, it's just a strip, and I used a Martha Stewart punch for the edges. And then here I just have a piece of trim for my stash that I adhered over that. And then I've got another piece of patterned paper down here. And basically the bottom is the same thing. You can see the layering from the corrugated board and that little edges that are punched, out of the Martha Stewart, and then some of the trim. And then the focus of it, of course, is this beautiful window die cut. It's a chipboard die cut that Saw has in her shop. It's so awesome, and it's a really good size, you guys. And I wanted to do like a really rustic look to it. And all I did is I gave it 2 coats of chocolate brown paint, and then I took some sandpaper and I rubbed it all over the window. Hopefully you guys are able to see where some of that paint, got sanded off, just to give it like a really rustic feel. And then what I did, I took some Crackle, the rock candy Crackle by Tim Holtz, and I applied it all over, just in random areas, to be honest. I hope you guys are able to see some of that, but just to give it like a little bit of a crackle feel. And then I took a dry brush in the warm white and I dry brushed the whole thing as well. So it came out really cool, you guys. It looks very rustic, you know, just like an old window. And for the background of the window, you guys can see some of the glossiness. And it's kind of wavy. What I took, I just took like a piece of vellum and I adhered it to the back of the windows on both sides. So here's this side. And then there's the side. And then I took the Dimensional Magic by Mod Podge and I adhered it to each of the little panels. And what the Mod Podge did, it kind of wrinkled up the vellum to give it that wavy look. And then of course the Dimensional Magic, you know, just adds that gloss, almost to make it look like glass. I wanted it to look like that frosted, I don't know what it's called, but it's like wavy glass, you know. I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to get at. But I've got my old house used to have a door that was like that, and I thought that would look really cool. So that's how I got the window effect. And let's see, what else? Okay, up here, this is just a doily, you guys, from, you know, I think it's Quick Cuts that makes this. And then I just took the die and cut it out from chipboard, and I just adhere the doily up here in the corner. I love the way it looks, you know, in front of the white gesso, because you can really see all the details of the doily. It's a very ornate doily. It's very pretty. And I did one there, and then I did another one down here in the cluster. So really, really cute. And then I forgot to mention that I added hinges to the window just to make it more look, you know, give it a more realistic look. And these are just little hinges that you can pick up at the wood section of Michael's. And these were really shiny gold, so I used my alcohol inks to tone them down a bit. It is the gold, but it's like a more of a, I guess, a vintage gold look. And then the little, I guess they're supposed to be, you know, you're supposed to use screws, but of course I didn't. These are just little pearls, and I used alcohol ink on them as well, so they could match better. So it's really cute. Just little hinges on the window. It gives it a very realistic look. It's really cute. And then of course I had to use lots of goodies from Sa's shop and lots of beautiful flowers. And what I did, let me show you over here. I've got this huge cluster of goodies. And I'm going to put the link below so you guys can see all the different items that I used from Sa's store. This is one of the pieces here. This is, you know, her Roman clocks. These are the wood ones. And these are so awesome to work with, you guys, because they're so nice and thick. So you can do a lot of stuff to it. But I really like the natural wood color. So in this one, all I did is I inked the edges with some vintage photo. And I just left it the way it was. I just love the natural look of the wood. So I have that, you know, tucked behind my cluster. And the cluster is basically just a bunch of Recollections flowers. They have this beautiful pack of like fall colors, and it's got some random, you know, like turquoise and blues in there. I thought that would be really pretty. So it's just like a whole pack of Recollections. And I just kind of, you know, clustered them up here. I've got some leaves back here. These are also from Recollections. And then I used, of course, the picks that they have at Michael's. And I just took it apart. And I have it tucked in behind the cluster. So here you can see like the little berries, a little pumpkin, some acorns, and of course some more leaves. And then what I did is I added lots of these little wood pieces from Sa's shop. Here's one down here. Let me see. There's going to be another one tucked away over there. And then there's another one. Where'd it go? Oh, up there, right next to the clock. You see that? And these are really cute little honeycomb wood pieces, you guys. They're so cute. They're all wood. And again, I just inked the edges with some vintage photo. And then I just kind of tucked them around the cluster. The wood to me adds a lot of like rustic charm, you know, so I really like that. And then these are some beautiful filigree flowers that Sa carries in her shop as well. And what I did with these are all like a beautiful vintage gold color. And they're metal, but they're very thin metal, so you can actually cut them. And that's what I did. I cut the flowers in half, and I basically just tucked like the halves into little different, you know, different sections of the flower cluster. So here's one there, another one here, and another one there. And then I added some more little berries from that Michael's pick. Sorry, I'm moving too much. There we go. And let's see, what else did I do? Okay, and then for the background, I hope you guys can see that flourish. See that right there? This is from an old Sizzix die. And I just took another piece of pattern paper from, you know, the single sheets at Michael's, and I die cut the flourish. and I have it tucked behind the cluster. And so that's the flourish there, and then here's just like another little piece down at the bottom. And then all the edges are inked in the vintage photo. So I just love the way the cluster came out. I think it came out really neat. I've been working on trying to get my clusters more lush and full, you know, and I hope I succeeded in doing that. I think it came out pretty cool, so not too bad. And then of course my title is just a metal piece that I picked up at Michael's. They used to be in the dollar bin. I think they're already pretty much gone, but I picked up a lot of them when they had them for like 50 cents, so it was really cool. And this one just says Memories, and it's a beautiful antique gold color, so it went really well with, you know, the colors of the layout. Really pretty. And then over here I just have another beautiful cluster of flowers, and again, these are all Recollections flowers. As you can see, the different styles, different colors. I just really like the randomness of the flowers. I didn't want anything to be too matchy-matchy, you know. So, but they're really pretty. And then of course here's some more of those soft metal pieces. And again, these were all just cut in half and then just tucked in different areas of the flower cluster. Here you can see some of the little honeycomb wood pieces. Here's one over here, another one up there, and then there's another one over here. So I just have those, you know, in random areas. I've got some berries in random areas. Again, some leaves also by Recollections. Here's that doily that I was telling you about. And then here's some more of that flourish in the, this is a physics flourish, if I didn't mention that already. And I just used some neutral paper, patterned paper. Here's the other part over here. And then of course the Michael's picks. I love this one with the cute little pumpkin, and then how this kind of is all like, you know, curly. I like the way that looks, really cute. I love the little pine cones. So it came out really cute. And then another piece from Saw's shop is this beautiful butterfly that I have up here. And it's a gorgeous, look at that vintage gold color, or antique gold I should say. And these are so, so beautiful, you guys. So pretty. Just look at all the details. Really, really pretty butterflies. And I just have that over here on top. The little butterfly is like, you know, flying away from, you know, all the flower cluster. So it came out really nice. Overall, I'm quite pleased with it. The only thing that I probably would change is the middle part, and only because I really wanted it to be more dimensional. I wanted a lot of more dimension between the layers, and unfortunately, and I know some of you guys can relate, you know, we get carried away. We start just working on our projects and we don't stop to think of what we were planning on doing, and that's what happened here. I meant to add like another piece of corrugated board between layers of paper just to make it stand out more, you know. And unfortunately, I just, like I said, I just started working and I didn't think about it. I adhered the glue on there and then realized too late that I forgot to add the other layer. So unfortunately, this piece to me looks a little flat, you know, the window against the paper. It just looks a little flat, like I should have definitely had more dimension. And that's probably the only thing I regret. Everything else, I really love the way that it came out. I love my clusters, and I just love the way that the wood pieces and the metal pieces from Saw's shop really add like that rustic charm. And the colors are just, you know, absolutely perfect for fall with, you know, that beautiful antique gold. So, so pretty. And then here's the other cluster. I think it came out really nice. And of course that window, that chipboard window die cut. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. And you can do so much to it, you guys. I really think I did, you know, a decent job making it rustic looking with all little different techniques that I did to it. And that's what I love about chipboard. You can do so much, you know, to achieve the look you want. So that is my layout. I really hope you guys like it. I had a lot of fun creating it, of course, and it's just perfect for the season. And I know you guys are probably wondering why she's wearing shorts in the fall, but, you know, we're in Texas, and that particular year, it didn't get cold until the middle of December. Like I said, that was Thanksgiving Day. So, yeah, she's wearing shorts on a beautiful fall day here in Texas. So, anyways, you guys, I hope you like my layout. I had a lot of fun. It was really neat working with the burlap panel instead of, you know, the traditional paper. And it was just a blast. So I hope you guys like it. Definitely go check out Saw's shop for all the goodies. I will put a link below to each of the items so you can find them easier. And that's about it. Sorry, my camera's crooked. Or I'm crooked here. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. And if you have any questions or comments, just leave them down below. I'm having a really hard time with all the changes in YouTube, so I apologize if I haven't been responding. I still haven't figured everything out, and I know you guys are probably you know, going through the same thing as me. I just don't understand why they made changes. If it wasn't broke, you know, why fix it? But anyways, I'm just rambling. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. I really appreciate you guys watching and commenting. Thank you so much. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.